Hi everyone, my name's Jenny. I'm here with Dr. Taniesha Burke, and we are going to be talking about limiting screen time. And this is episode 22 of Parenting the Fascinating Way. So go ahead and help us out with that. This is a major problem for families nowadays.
Yes, it is screen time. You see the videos of the children throwing tantrums, and then you also see lots of studies, reports about children experiencing insomnia, having social issues, behavioral issues, not able to integrate well with their friends because they have not gotten a chance to really interact with human beings because they have been glued to whether it's a TV, the screens, exactly. So one of the things that I wanted to highlight to parents is that actually the American Association of Pediatrics recommends that children under the age of 2 years old should definitely not be having access to any screen time at all, unless they're doing like the FaceTime or the WhatsApp videos with families and friends. And the reason for that is that children really don't know or learn how to communicate and learn social issues from watching. They actually learn from doing. So it's actually communicating with us. They also recommend that children between the ages of 2 and 5 years should only have 1 hour of screen time, parents, only one. And then as they get older, you will have to regulate and have limited hours as it relates to the access that they have. So what we can do, I will give you some tips on how we can regulate that. So for children in early childhood, which is less than 6 years, limit their time significantly to only an hour. And then as they get older, you'd have to put in limited hours or minutes as it relates to how much access they have to screen time. So what can we do as families? So in all our series, we've talked about family meetings, and that is very important. So in the family meetings, it is important for us as parents to lead the discussion about the reduction of screen time. Communicate with your children, have them brainstorm with you what they think is going to be the most appropriate time. But the important thing is you have to give them limited choices. Some children will say, oh, 6 hours is fine for me. You have to say, no, that's too much. But how about, right. So how about 2 to 3 hours? And how are we going to split it? Are we going to do every 30 minutes here and so on? One of the things that I practice in my family is a detox day. So on Sundays, it's no electronics for like 5 to 6 hours.
Oh, I love that.
Yes. So that's something families can do. You can, play games if you want to just relax, read a book, whatever the case may be. Also, it's important to have tech-free zones, and that could be dinner time, breakfast time, bedrooms. So cell phones, electronics are not allowed in the bedrooms. Also, social events. How many social events do you go to? And instead of the children running around and interacting with other children, they're, crouched in a little corner on the iPad. So make sure you have tech-free zones.
Okay.
And when you develop the limited time, parents, we have to be persistent, because what is going to happen is that we're going to have the tantrums, the meltdowns, the anger. They're going to tell us they don't like us and all of that. But that usually lasts for maybe a week or two. And then they get into realizing that you are not budging, so they have to go with the flow. Also, I would highly recommend that parents go to a website called commonsensemedia.org. What it does is that it lists at least 30,000 apps that are age appropriate. So if you're concerned that your children are on a particular app and you don't know if it's the content is appropriate for their age group, you can check that website and they can give you a quick overview. So as it relates to the devices themselves, so parents who have iPhones, there's a thing on it called screen time. So you can set it so that after say between 9 p.m. and 8 a.m., the apps and all the social media access is completely shut down. It is also, you can restrict by age as well. So it might not be that there's some contents, for example, on YouTube that might not be appropriate for an 8-year-old. You can restrict it so that only certain contents can be viewable by your children. Android has something similar. I think it's called digital well-being. that you can use. Also, YouTube has this opportunity, but it's only on the app on your phone or your
The
iPad.
YouTube app has a place where you can go to settings and set it so that on your child's iPad, they would only get something that is appropriate for ages 6 to 10 or whatever.
But also it has what is called watch time. So if you go on the app, you can see how many hours the family have been watching videos. And then that can give you a tangible idea of the family is watching 20, 30 hours of videos every day. That is not healthy. Or a week, sorry, that is not healthy. So it gives you some idea of how much content you're consuming as a family or even just the children. Also, as it relates to like the computer or the laptop, Chrome extension. There are lots of extensions that you can use. The one that I use is called Waste No Time. And when you add that extension to your Chrome site, you can tell the websites that you want to be restricted. So for example, Facebook, it's only for 2 hours a day. Once Facebook is 1 to 2 hours is up, guess what? You can't access Facebook on it until the next day.
Wow.
Or the time period that you put in. So in that way, you have to restrict it. Now, just a special note regarding teenagers, when children are between, say, 6 and 10, you limit their time to access to the devices. But for teenagers, it becomes a little bit more complicated now because they might need some schools you have WhatsApp group chats for assignments, or some might have Twitter or some other social media that they use to engage their students. So guess what, as it relates to your teens, you cannot say, okay, you only get 2 hours because maybe they're also doing research for their assignments and so on. So as it relates to the teenagers, you have to go into more of a discussion about limiting, asking them what they think is appropriate. Even, for example, the YouTube watch time is a very good thing to say, look at how many hours of content you're consuming. Do you think it's appropriate? So with teenagers, it's more approaching them from like a coach instead of more of a manager. Managers for the younger children. For teenagers, it's coaching them through the process of knowing how to regulate their content use, knowing the pros and cons of being on certain sites as well, and showing them that it's okay to just unplug for a bit. So for me, I have a tween, so when we have the Sunday detox day, it works well. I mean, when I started, it was not the best. He literally had meltdown. But over time, it became something that he looked forward to. So it's a way of negotiating with your children and your teens. So those are my tips on how you can limit screen time for your families. Lots of things with the apps and also practical things you can do with the family.
Well, fantastic. Thank you so much. Can you tell us, Dr. T is a fascinating womanhood teacher. Do you have any classes coming up or some other things that you're doing that you'd like to tell us about?
I have recorded Fascinating Womanhood class that is available on Udemy. So for those who are interested, the class is just there for students. But if students want coaching, then they can contact me directly and then we can arrange that. Right now, I also have parenting workshops going on. So I'm about to start one here in Berlin, and I'm also looking forward to developing one online as well. So persons who are interested in learning more about the positive discipline aspects of parenting, they can also follow me on Facebook, which is Positive Parenting with Dr. T. Once you join that group, you get access to all the upcoming workshops that I have.
Fantastic. Please make sure that I have access, get that so I can share it on my wall, okay?
Yes.
And thank you so much. And your website's TanieshaBurke.com. So please,
yes.
Right? And please visit Dr. T there to sign up for her awesome programs. Thanks so much. And we'll see you next week.
I should mention one thing because Taniesha is spelled several different ways. So for persons who may not know the correct way, it's actually TanieshaBurke.com.
Very good. I'll put a link at the end of this video. How about that too?
Yeah. Perfect.
And hopefully I won't spell your name wrong, as I have done many times.
Yeah, there are like 4 different ways to spell my name. So,
well, we will talk to you next week. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, take care. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Please like, comment and share, and visit Dr. T on her website, TanieshaBurke.com. Bye-bye.
Bye.